Well, to switch gears, and speaking of surprises, one of the biggest moves in the NBA this season, Wall Star and Brody season swapping teams. The Houston Rockets acquire a very, very, very protected first round pick and oft injured point guard John Wall for Russell Westbrook off to the Wizards to pair with Bradley Beal, Davis Bertans, and Thomas Bryant. This was a trade that had been rumored in the works for a while now. We first heard these rumors around draft day, reported by Woj and Shams. We knew that Russ and Wall had both requested trades. After the news came out, the buzz at Houston was that Harden requested a trade quietly, and then Russ caught wind and requested a trade publicly. And so they'd been feuding for a little while, despite, of course, they're supposed to be friends. That was the whole premise of this adventure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They played together. They weren't friends, they just played together.
That's true.
But uh, but so the Russ was unhappy. He was looking to be moved. Wall was unhappy, despite I don't know how you unhappy. You tore your ACL stepping out of a bathtub, bro. But you do you. It's fine. He doesn't want to return to the Wizards, where it's not his team anymore, and the onus is going to be on Bradley Beal to be the star there, and John Wall's a secondary player. And now he goes to Houston, where I mean he's obviously going to be the secondary player. There's no doubt about it. But it's an interesting shakeup. It gives I mean if we're going to pick winners and losers, I'm going to give Washington as the clear cut winner here because you're moving a guy who hasn't played in 2 seasons and you have
Hmm.
no idea what you're going to get out of him. For John Wall, for Russell Westbrook, excuse me, who had a uh, a 57% true shooting back in March. He had been among the most efficient paint scorers in the league. He's top three in paint scoring behind Giannis and I believe Anthony Davis. Um, and that's huge because that Wizards team is full of shooters. If you think that maybe small ball five, you could play Rui Hachimura, maybe small ball five, Davis Bertans, and you have Russ as the only guy working in the paint, that's four guys that you can drive and kick to if you're Russ. On top of the fact that he's got an excellent alley oop partner in Thomas Bryant, and of course, Bradley Beal is more of a straight line sniper than Harden is. Beal still dominates the ball, but Beal's a little bit more efficient than Harden. Beal is a better 3 point shooter than Harden, and that to me is the big thing. Is Beal is more of a sniper, and they've been working to increase his range. So this is a big trade for the Wizards to get off the albatross contract of Wall to put something tangible. It's a bird in the hand versus two in the bush. The Rockets are betting on two in the bush, and John Wall being a younger superstar that maybe if he comes back and rebuilds his value, you can flip him to a cap space team looking to find a competent point guard. New York Knicks. um, so it's a very interesting trade. I don't see Wall playing out the life of his contract in Houston, and so I want to see how this moves forward because he'll come back, he'll play the season.
Hmm.
We'll see how he gets along with Harden. But this is now how many star teammates that Harden's driven out of Houston?
Uh,
We got Chris
three
Paul,
and three to
Dwight
five.
Howard, yeah, Russell Westbrook. It's not looking good. KD denied that he had any interest in Harden joining them. That he had heard any rumors. He'd been recruiting Harden. They're friends. So the rumor was that they'd been playing together, the three of them, and then Harden wanted to go to Brooklyn. That he was going to steer his way there. KD denied that on Matt Barnes' podcast.
I actually agree with you, Johnny, if I may. I agree with you in the fact that I think the Wizards are definitely the clear cut winners. If you want to call it if you want to even say that there was a winner in this trade, which I don't really think there's a clear cut one, but the Wizards were the only one who actually gained anything from this trade. That first round pick, as you said, is extremely protected. If it's even sniffing the top 10, the Rockets are not even going to get a chance at it. So that's out the window. If you're the Rockets now, I think the Rockets are pretty much, I think, looking forward to a rebuild mode over the next few years, and that's what it's looking like. Because what happened? You got rid of Daryl Morey, you got rid of Chris Paul, you got rid of Russell Westbrook. Now you got rid of the coach Mike D'Antoni, and now there's a lot of rumblings that James Harden wants out, and he's going to find a way to force his way out, just like a la Anthony Davis back in 2008 or 2019. So there's going to be that to look out for, and I do think that those things have merit when you're looking at this team. And John Wall is a person that, Johnny, you and I both love, and the people at Rose Bar are going to miss him a lot. Big shout out to Rose Bar in DC. But the reality is, you're right. The Rockets just traded away a superstar point guard who basically averages a triple double every game, and they traded him away for a point guard who we don't even know if his knees will allow him to play the game moving forward the way he used to. That's the reality. They traded him away for a worse version of D Rose when he was injured. And I'm not that's no it's no nothing against John Wall, but John Wall is what he is now, and we haven't seen what he is really in the past 2 years. So it's gonna be interesting to see him. We're all rooting for him, obviously. Everyone loves John Wall, but again, the reality is, how long is this actually going to be together? Because we know two things. One, Rockets look like they're ready to move on and move into a rebuild mode. That's why they tried to acquire whatever first-round pick they could in this trade. That's also why they tried to offload Russell Westbrook's contract. That's also why, we're hearing rumblings of them trying to trade away James Harden. We know that they let go of their entire front office, their coaching staff, like I said. So the Rockets are right now moving to a full rebuild mode, and I guess John Wall and James Harden are kind of placeholders in this era to kind of close out this era of basketball, because James Harden's not going to get anywhere close to an NBA championship as he was a few years ago. And is it going to be enough for fans to actually be interested in the product? Probably more so than John Wall, because you have a point guard who's actually on the court most of the time. So that's the only reason I say the Wizards won, because it's just both teams just look like they're heading for a full rebuild. I'm glad that John Wall got out of Washington, but is Houston even a better situation? Not really. They're both just not good teams, and they're not good teams to win the finals. They're not going to win a championship. The Wizards might make a little run, go to divisional, and that the semifinal, but that's about it. I don't see it going past that. And the Rockets they are what they are. They are a team that is basically self-imploding and has been doing so for the past 3 years, and I don't see anything fixing that anytime soon.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. For more content, please hit that notification bell, comment, subscribe, and everything like that. And just remember, keep it real.